Today on OC News, a woman's dead body found inside a trash can has led to police investigation.
The World Series tickets continue to rise each year.
And drag queens take the stage during National Coming Out Week.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the police. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to another edition of OC News. I'm Viridiana Salgado.
And I'm Omar Portillo. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton.
A 38-year-old woman was found dead inside of a trash can in Costa Mesa. According to the Costa Mesa Police Department, the victim was identified as Irvine resident Julie Ann Senentra. Julie's boyfriend, 49-year-old Daniel Allen Aldrich, was arrested at a family member's home in Glendale Tuesday evening on suspicion of murder. An investigation is underway and the case will be submitted to the Orange County District Attorney's Office to consider charges against Aldrich.
This past week, Cal State Fullerton hosted an event encouraging students to go out and vote. Anthony Mendolia has more on the story.
This past Monday from 11 to 2, students gathered in the Central Quad just south of the Pollock Library for Titans Turnout. The event, put on by Associated Students, Inc. here at Cal State Fullerton, encouraged students to register to vote for this November's election, and also aimed to better inform students about the policies and issues that will be voted on in November.
Well, I think it's about civic engagement overall, and we're just so excited to be able to, help students get registered to vote, and then also be able to help them get more information about the general election. So we're just super happy to be out here and just encouraging, voter turnout.
Monday the 21st was also the last day to register to vote for this November's presidential election, making this especially important for all involved.
I think voting in this particular election is very important because I think so much of what might be on the line for people is personal, and being able to advocate for not only ourselves but for one another, especially as a larger community, is important.
While there are some in the 18 to 24 age bracket that may feel that their vote won't matter, students participating in this event urge that voting in this election matters more than ever before.
I would encourage them to think that, while that's valid and the feelings that they're feeling is definitely valid, I would say that, if everybody thought that way, then, nothing would get done. So I'd say everyone's voice matters and, just, stay positive and just participate.
Reporting from the Central Quad of Cal State Fullerton, this is Anthony Mendolia with OC News.
An Orange County supervisor has resigned from his position and agreed to plead guilty for accepting bribes. Andrew Doe accepted over $500,000 in bribes to help direct and vote in favor of COVID-19 funds into a family-connected nonprofit organization called Viet America Society, with Andrew's daughter being an executive for the organization. The nonprofit transferred money to the company listed as company number 1 in documents, and then that company transferred money to an escrow company to help purchase $1 million home for his daughter. Andrew signed a plea agreement and plead guilty to the 1-count conspiracy to commit bribery, which can be sentenced up to 5 years in federal prison.
Over 2,000 Southern California unionized mental health workers went on strike against Kaiser Permanente after failing to reach a new labor agreement. The National Union of Healthcare Workers picketed outside Kaiser facilities in LA, Anaheim, San Diego, and Fontana. The union is seeking salary increases, restoration for pensions, and an increase to staffing. Kaiser released a statement that they are notifying patients that might have appointments impacted by the strike, and patients will have an opportunity to see another licensed professional if their regular provider is engaged with this strike.
Coming up after the break, Cal State Fullerton soccer season is wrapping up. Both women and men's teams are fighting for a chance to punch their ticket in the Big West Championship.
And the World Series is back in Los Angeles. Tickets are setting record high prices, pricing out the true fans. We'll tell you how much they are going for after the break.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Now we head over to sports where Cole has the latest.
All right, both the men and women CSUF soccer teams are in the thick of the playoff hunt, and the results of last weekend's games definitely added excitement. For Major League Baseball, the ALCS and NLCS came to a close, setting the table for the World Series. All right, on Sunday, CSUF women's soccer team took down Long Beach 2-0 to land the 6th and final spot for the Big West, where they can compete for the Big West Championship. After just checking into the game, Isabella Cruz found Janae Perez up the field with where Perez kicked in a well-placed shot, looping over the Long Beach keeper from nearly 25 yards out to put the Titans ahead 1-0. The Titans have 2 games left and are only 1 point away from being out of the tournament, but only 3 points away from climbing up to a third. It's proven to be a tight and exciting season for CSUF's women's soccer team. Now on Saturday, the men's CSUF team hosted Cal Poly and was hopeful that their home turf would keep their Big West Championships hopes alive. Well, the CSUF men's soccer team suffered their first home loss to Cal Poly 1-0 and fell to 7th in Big West play. The Titans outshot the Mustangs 14-5, but it didn't matter as Oren Stupel scored a goal in the 53rd minute to score the game-only goal. The Titans have 3 games left and look to get back in the top 6 where they compete for the Big West Championship. All right, the American League and National League Championship Series came to a close over the weekend with the winners heading to the World Series. Starting out the American League, the Yankees were in a very tight game going into the 10th when Soto hit a 3-run blast to give the lead. The Guardians tried to respond, but Lane Thomas flew out to the right field with Soto making a series clinch over the National League Mets. Now, the Mets came to LA and things seemed to be going their way, but then the rest of the game continued, and the Dodgers went on to crush the Mets 10-5 to advance to the World Series. All right, World Series will be coming. This will be the 12th time the two teams have met in the postseason. Yankees have won 8, and the Dodgers have only won 3. Now, the last time they did meet was in 1981 when the Dodgers did win the World Series. And the game 1 will be this Friday at Dodger Stadium at 5:08. All right, rest to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Cole. Staying on the baseball diamond, if you're looking to purchase a ticket to the World Series, you may need to skip out on rent for this month. Anthony Manifold has more on the story.
The New York Yankees face off against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series for the 12th time in their franchise history. This matchup is the first time in 43 years. The two salary-capped giants have the biggest names in baseball and the most faithful fans. However, that is not all that makes this World Series different.
Okay, so what do you think World Series ticket prices are now? If you don't know,
Oh God, I don't even know. I'll bet the cheapest seat is $1,000. Yankees Dodgers, yeah, you'll be in the nosebleed and you'll pay $1,000.
While the average American is watching the World Series from the comfort of their own home, some fans are breaking the piggy bank to watch history go down at Dodger Stadium on Friday night.
Game 1 prices began to rise as soon as the Dodgers made the World Series, and now the cheapest tickets are almost $1,300. These cheap tickets are not luxurious either. Fans can pay that price to sit up in the third deck or behind a foul pole. Yankee Stadium is not much cheaper, although to some fans, the price really does not matter.
It's totally worth it. I'll tell you why. In the first series against the Angels, I bought those tickets, and my dad, he was kind of a cheapskate, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know, son. What about What about the price, you know? And I just said, hey, Dad, when we're all dead, I go, you think we're going to care what the price was? Because as we mark through time, all that we take with us are those memories, you know? So yeah, price is totally worth it.
Ticket prices for the series, alike the stock exchange, changes every day and mirrors the national economy. In the 1963 Yankee-Dodger World Series, a field-level seat costed $12 and a bleacher seat only $2. America's game was easily available to the general public. However, the demand for a ticket is hotter, and people will pay handsomely now to witness history.
Next up on OC News, a former U.S. president rapping to Eminem. We've got that story.
And we'll show you how the CSUF Housing Department celebrated the LGBTQ plus community.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Looking for a break from stressful classes, homework, and exams? ASI hosts a drop-in workshop for students. Juliana White has the story.
Once the semester begins, so do the ASI workshops. This month, they've added a fun fall twist to their craft projects, including mask painting, mini pumpkin carpets, and ghost plushies.
What there is to make. I mean, the mask and then the little ghosty, the ghoul, it's pretty cool.
The drop-in art workshops are provided through ASI's resourcing and funding, meaning it's free for all CSUF students.
It's for free to all students. You don't have to be specifically art major. You could be literally get everyone from all majors coming here. So I would welcome anyone who's wants to chill and relax from classes or between classes to just come by TSU. We're downstairs. Yeah, do art.
And if you missed out on today's events and still want to craft, ASI's got you covered. New workshops are held each week on Tuesdays from 1 to 4 p.m. and Wednesdays from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. until the end of the semester.
Students can come in at any time to take a break. Most stop by in between classes.
I've always enjoyed them. They're really fun, and I feel like it's a great way to relax and express my own creativity on my off time.
To see which crafts are coming up, ASI has the full schedule posted on their website. I'm Juliana White with OC News.
A lot has happened in entertainment this past week. A director is facing a major lawsuit. Justin Timberlake is canceling shows due to sickness. And former President Barack Obama is rapping at a rally? We go to Lena Naranjo with more.
Thank you, Omar. Well, the Oscar-winning film director Roman Polanski, who fled the U.S. decades ago after admitting that to rape of a 13-year-old, will no longer face trial over an alleged sexual assault. The civil suit filed last year claimed in 1973 Pulaski took a teenager to dinner at Los Angeles. The lawsuit alleged that he gave the teenager tequila, and once the teen began to feel a little dizzy, he drove her to his home, and that is where he allegedly sexually assaulted the teen. Though the case was settled and dismissed last summer, 4 women came forward between 2017 and 2019, accusing Pulaski of abusing them in the 1970s, including artist Marina Barnard, who claims that Pulaski sexually assaulted her when she was 10. Pulaski has denied all of the allegations. Now, the Prince of Pop, Justin Timberlake, has postponed a series of concerts as part of his Forget Tomorrow World Tour. He posted on his Instagram account that he will be shifting his focus on his health as he has recently found out that he was diagnosed with bronchitis and laryngitis. 6 shows in Chicago, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Detroit, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Columbus, Ohio will now be taking place between February 14th and February 27th. But fans do not need to worry. All previously purchased tickets will be honored. Refunds for first-hand tickets will be available through the point of purchase, and additional tickets are also available through Ticketmaster. Now, talk about a rap god. Former U.S. President Barack Obama couldn't help but rap one of Eminem's biggest hits. The Grammy Award-winning artist and former Democrat president briefly shared the spotlight on Tuesday, October 22nd, in Detroit as they rallied for Kamala Harris' campaign just 2 weeks before the 2024 presidential election. After being introduced by Eminem, Obama began his speech by quoting the rapper's hit song, Lose Yourself. Obama ended singing the famous intro music and told the crowd, I love me some Eminem. I mean, who doesn't, right? Well, that's all for me today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lena. Drag queens took the stage during National Coming Out Week. With all of its glitz and glam, I interviewed some of the queens at this event. The LGBT Queer Resource Center hosts an annual drag show on campus to celebrate drag in all of its glory.
It's really something that we support our Queer Resource Center in doing. It's really their show, and we just kind of give them a place and people to come and enjoy all the hard work that they put together in coordinating and bringing local queens to come and perform.
The LGBT Queer Resource Center has themed communities in housing with 3 Rainbow House REs who help support students who identify as queer.
Just gotta have fun. I'm not gonna say you only live once because that's cliche, but I say you just go for it. You have nothing to lose, and we're at 2024 where people are living their truth, so have fun.
I think drag is one of the most creative and most authentic ways of expressing yourself, and it's just really nice to see other folks being able to express that and having folks around them to celebrate them and doing that. And for me, I have a lot of close friends and family who are queer, and it's just really nice to be able to kind of pay homage to them and honor and celebrate their identities, and providing that to the students is extremely important.
If you are interested in checking out the on-campus drag show, make sure to keep your ears out for next year. I'm Veri with OC News. That reporter looks really familiar. I just can't put my finger on it.
I was really thinking the same thing, but I gotta say, the people in that story, they really slayed. That will conclude our 4:45 show. Thank you for tuning in. We have one more show coming up, so stay tuned. I'm Omar Portillo.
And I'm Viridiana Salgado. Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF and at Titan TV CSUF.